All right. It is Sunday, December
29th.
29th. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't even know what day it is anymore. And what I thought we would talk about tonight is goal setting. Now is a perfect time to figure out where you want your business to go for 2020 and how you're going to get there. So the first step is to create a system for yourself. And what works for me or works for Cheryl or works for somebody else may not work for you. You have to figure out what does work for you. But no matter what, you have to go into it organized. So, I think a really good way to start, and I say this, every single day, but having a book for your tracker. Now, a really good way to do this, if this system works for you, is creating your own tracker to fit what you need to have inside of it. So you could essentially combine a planner with your tracker. You can add the sheets that say the people's names, like the real tracker, right, Cheryl? Like it has the backside of the people's names.
Right.
Right. So you could have those sheets in there. I write people's names on the back, but you can have that as detailed as you want to have it. I use the online system, My Connection Builder, for my contacts, but I also find that writing down pen and paper when somebody says yes to something like the flash sale tomorrow, super helpful to swing back and say, oh, okay, this person has said yes before, so let me go back to them and follow up, because the fortune's in the follow-up. So finding a system that works for you. I found that My Connection Builder works for me. That may not be your jam, but you just have to find out something that is. Now, I cannot say enough about this journal. You don't need to buy it. Even our girl Rachel Hollis, who writes it, you don't need to buy it. But what you do need to do is utilize what she says every day. And what it is every day is your gratitude. 5 things you're grateful for, which you should be doing anyways, because that will help you to look for the positive around you. So you're writing 5 things every day that you're grateful for, and 10 dreams. And you're writing these goals as if they've already happened. So 10 dreams that you made happen. And these could be, maybe 1 year down the line for you. This could be 10 years. This could be your lifetime dreams, but you're writing them as if they've happened. And what it does is helps you not only to vision so I use this as a visualization tool too, because visualizing is so important. It's something that I often kind of push to the side, or did before I started this journal. So what I try to do is when I'm writing these dreams down, I write down the dream, and then I think, what would it feel to be like in that position? What would it feel like to be in my new home with my big giant bed that I've been dreaming about? Like, how does that feel? What will I feel like when I've reached that point? What would it be like around me if I have beach house on here too? So what would it smell like? All those feelings, just even if it's really quick, like those, just thinking those feelings, thinking about how it would feel, can be really useful for visualizing. So 10 dreams that you made happen. And then on the bottom is the goal I'm going to achieve first. So it's like the immediate goal. So for me, I write my Success Club goal for the month, and I write, because my next goal for rank is 1-star diamond. So I say 1-star diamond, Success Club goal for the month, and then 2 new diamonds on my team. So, and that will change. That will change as I, yes, you, that will change as I accomplish those goals. They'll develop. So that is a great tool. And, I want to say, like, I feel a little bit bogged down with all the journals that I have going on, but I'm going to figure out what's working for me and what's not, and then eliminate what's not. But that is a great, that I think touches on the gratitude, it touches on the visualization, and it touches on making your dreams happen. And so now that we talk about that, figure out what your goals are for the year. Where do you want to be? Would it be helpful to have your Shakeology paid for? Would it be helpful to earn an extra $500 a month? Those are really good ways to say, okay, this is what I need to have happen or want to have happen. How can I get there? And obviously, we know that how we get there is using this, right?
Mm-hmm.
We use this and we figure out, what we're doing, what we're not doing, what could we be doing better? But I have to say that, one of the things for me that really took some time is once I became crystal clear with my goals and with my vision, I had to eliminate the things that didn't fit those goals. And really, it says my internet connection's unstable. Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you. You like freeze every once in a while, but you're okay. You can still hear everything.
Okay. Once I became crystal clear, so my goals are really right now is being a mom, being a wife, and making this business happen. So anything that doesn't fit those, I have to ask myself every day, is that helping me to get to my goal? So, if your goal is to reach this certain level of success or this certain rank in the company, you have to figure out every day, and that's with being intentional. Is this going to get you where you want to go? And, for me, and I've talked about this before, I had to eliminate, like going to Middletown to run, on a day that I didn't have to be at therapy work, because that was a significant amount of my day sucked into driving, sucked into running. And especially now that my running has picked up again, I have to say to myself, can I drive a half an hour to go run for an hour? Can I make that work and still get everything I need to get done so that I know that I'm moving my business forward? And it's just that, is it working for me or is it working against me? And if it's working against me, it might be something that I have to eliminate. And does it upset people sometimes? Does it make me sad sometimes? Yeah, but it's a sacrifice that I have to make. I know that there are going to be repercussions to the things that I do, the things that I spend my time on. And, that's one reason that I wake up every single day at 5, so that I know that I can bang out half of this list and know that I'm moving my business forward. So it's really just coming to terms with what the goals are, eliminating what you can. Obviously, there's certain things you can't eliminate, like your full-time job or, taking care of your family. But how can you make it work in those cracks of time so that you can get it done?
Right.
So coming up with a system, figuring out your goals, what rank, monetary, it doesn't even have to be for the business necessarily, but where do you see yourself next year? Where do you want to see yourself at the end of 2020? And it's a good time right now to also look through and, for instance, this last 90 days, this is the first time I've ever done this journal. And I'm done with it in 2 days. So what I'll be able to do, and I've already kind of done it, because I've said this before, this helped me reach my Success Club goal last month. I had that very number that I finished with. I believe it was 26. I had that number in my journal. That was a crazy goal for me. That was a very big push goal. And this helped me do it. So there's power to writing those goals down. And I always say, go bigger. Like my vision boards, I don't have anything crossed out on them because they're like really far, but I'm okay with that. I think there's, and you can do, closer ones, because Kevin Shaw did ask us to do one for the end of the year, which again was a huge push. Like I have a 2-star diamond. I have, like premier leader. I knew I wasn't going to reach those things, but I still want to grow to be the person that does. So shoot for high, shoot as high as you can, as long as you're matching what your actions are matching up to where you want to go. So what I was going to say about this though, is that I'll look back, I'll use this as a tool to look back and say, okay, what was I doing? How can I adjust this? And I knew that when I reached that Success Club goal last month, I shot higher this month, because why not? If I reached it last month, I can do it again.
Right.
And it's not just happening because I'm writing it down. It's happening because I'm waking up and doing this every single day.
Right.
So that's the trick to it. You have to your actions have to match the goals. So 2020 is going to be a good year.
Yes.
And I'm going to do this too. I'm going to do this with my planner. And actually it will be a really good way for me to see, because I don't think my beginning of 2019 was quite as intentional with my time. Like going into 2020, it's going to be business or family, like that's going to be it. And even in January alone, like doing a dry January, I'm not going to be doing certain activities that I might be doing at another time when I'm not going to be drinking. I'm not going to go to the vineyard, like I'm not going to hang out with certain friends that I would want to be drinking with. Do you know what I mean? Like
Right.
You're going to focus your goals based on what you need to be doing. So I'm going to be looking back at all of my things in the next couple days, seeing where I went right, seeing what I can adjust, and then going forward.
How are you going to balance like your, I know you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and do the gratitude and do the journal, and then you work out at 5:30. And then I know you have to fit in your running like different times of the day. That's one of the things I'm struggling now with, okay, if I get up, when I get up at 5:30 and I work out, then I definitely can't do any of this before I go to work,
Yeah.
But I've actually, and in the past, and then more recently started getting into, what if I work out at night when I get home instead of just vegging on the couch? I know I could be doing some of this, but sometimes I'm so mentally fried from working for 10 hours that like I can't sit and do this. What if I were to, I still need to do my fitness things because I want to work the program. Plus I also want to do, my running, which the Winter Warrior is part of that. And that's a good mental thing for me too. It's like, how do you balance those things?
Well, I think that's really where I started doing this the last couple of months, but like really time blocking. Amazing. And making sure that during those times I'm doing what I said I was going to be doing. And Melanie Mitro talks a lot about this, and it's something that I really want to get much better at. So what I would do is I would write out my day and say, okay, I know that my dog walk will take a half an hour. And then my shower will take 20 minutes, like even those simple things, because those are things that like, let's say you think you have 2 hours, that seems like so much time. Those things add up in those 2 hours. And then you're like, wow. So,
right. Well, that's what we planned the 5:30 a.m. workout so that I could do this. I worked out, took a shower, and had to go to the kids. I mean, like I didn't have that time, even though I thought I would.
Yeah.
Didn't.
So I know for me, so my new planner pad has, let me show you how the day goes. So it has like up here, this will be kind of like errands types, things that I need to get done. And then here's like appointments down here. Do you see that? See that?
Yep.
So this is what I'm going to try to be doing now. And I hope that this will help me with my time blocking, because what I will do is use these time blocks to say, okay, power hour. But there's the thing is you need to want this enough that you're going to do those things in that time. Because for me, I'll know that I have to do my power hour, but then I get like sidetracked with like answering a question or like, writing a post, even that can take me like forever sometimes. So I'm really going to be trying to be very diligent about social media, and not just posting, but also my usage, also when I respond to things, and that type of thing. And also when I wake up, not turning on my phone immediately, not going into messaging and all of that, like getting this stuff done.
Okay.
So it's really just really being intentional and just having those times. And you have to figure out for you, like if doing the work stuff is so draining, you're going to have to do it in the morning,
Yeah, that's
like
what I'm.
figure out, or like I know you don't get like a break, but
I wish. Yeah.
you're going to have to mess with it. Maybe
Yeah.
after your walk in the evening, maybe you're
Yeah.
feeling, motivated then because you've just listened to some personal development, you've gotten outside.
Right. And that's what I do is I listen to PD while I walk, and
Yeah.
that's helpful. So, all right, I'm working on the setting up my journal planner, and that's going to be part of it is making sure I check those boxes. And I think not that I'm not going to use the tracker. I think I'm going to not minimize it, but make it smaller. It's going to be daily, not weekly. And, so that I can fit it in a smaller thing, just,
Yeah.
different, but it'll be the same thing. It'll still check all the boxes.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think you just got to figure out a system that works for you.
Yeah.
And
Working
then
on
just, listen to Melanie Mitchell. She talks so much about being intentional and, figuring out how to get it done in certain amounts of time, and I love when she talks about like being present, like, cause that's my goal. Like some days, like let's say today, for instance, I had most of my work done in the morning, but we didn't have a lot planned here. So I'm like, oh, well, I can work some more now, but like, I don't want to do that. Like, I want to have my work done, my work be done and be here, be able to like play a game or, whatever. I don't want it to be like, oh, it's just this open-ended day so I can just do my power hour when I need to. Because you know what? Then it will take me all day.
Right. It's not focused.
It will take me all day. So, so that's really like, I really like when she speaks to that. And I think, as I said, don't go crazy. I feel like, you can easily go crazy, but I will take this to you guys, my takeaways from it, but this is being intentional with your social media and really setting up everything for the week so that you're targeting all of those things, call to actions about the groups that you're having, posts about coaching, all those types of things. And then what I love is like a weekly reflection on like what your engagement was like, how many likes you got from it, what was your most engaging post that week, because I don't look at any of that stuff right now. So so I'll bring this back to you guys when I've worked on it a little bit, obviously. But don't get crazy with all the organization. You got to just find a system and run with it.
But that's what I think, like for Friday mornings, like trying to schedule that's going to be trying to plan out my social media for the week and say, all right, this is when I'm going to do I always have Friday mornings off. Like, the kids are both busy and that's like my time. So I think that's the one day that's consistent for me that I don't work, that I can block off that. Because otherwise you'll be like, oh, dude, on Sunday, well, I work every other Sunday, and just.
Yeah. And I think for you, just getting into like planning posting can take a long time.
Right.
And if you get into that habit of planning posts, even just twice a week, and it doesn't have to be something crazy, I always bring Marjorie up. She's not here, but she has really long posts sometimes. Like I read them, I'm like, oh my God, they're great. They're just long. You don't have to do it that long.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
No, and I think I'm going to have to do like a almost like a pattern, like Motivational Monday. And it may not be a big post, but it's a picture and a little blurb of what that thing means to me. And that's it. So every Monday I could do 10 of those, and, just do those ahead of time. And then, Transformation
use old
Tuesday
pictures.
or Transformation Thursday.
Yeah, use old pictures. Use pictures from Summit. People, I saw somebody last week and they were like, I thought you were in Florida. I'm like, no.
Yeah. Right.
Use all the content that you have and whip something together.
Yeah.
consistency matters. It
Right.
doesn't matter that whether that run was that day or not.
Right. Yep. So.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Working on my
All right, I'm gonna stop the
my-
recording.
10 dreams and goals.